Hello and welcome back to the GG.Bet New York Invitational. It's day 2 here. Yesterday we've seen Group A sort of have their first sort of matches, and while here on the second day we're going to cover Group B. Starting first with, of course, OpTic Gaming versus Bpro, and, well, two very different teams. I'd say OpTic, very famous, big fan base, a lot of great players and have had experience, whereas Bpro, maybe not so much.
Yeah, a few more unknown players.
Yeah.
Like it's second best team in Bulgaria, of course, so always nice to see some new talent emerge in the scene. This was a team that, of course, qualified here for the GG.Bet New York Invitational, so everyone else invited. They grinded their way through the online qualifiers, and now they're looking to get out of Group B, but not an easy map, or not an easy matchup at least, to start off, coming up against probably the top team in their group.
Yeah, we just seen the Vito playthrough there, and obviously Overpass will be the map coming in. I'm actually just happy to see a map that isn't Inferno as the one. It's good to see something different come in, and we're right into it, not wasting time at all.
Yeah, straight into pistol. Best one, of course, to open up. We do have Sprout and Windstrike also in this group, but they'll be coming up later today. And the pistol round for OpTic, lots of utility on MSL and CG.B. We've got a couple of PT50s dropped over as well. So slow crawl down through the connector early on. The other side of things, Bpro heavily set up towards this B bomb site. Bit of a boost in the CT spawn as well. This is quite an unorthodox setup considering they have a player pushed up. But let's see if it meets any OpTic players, because they walked up connector and they're going to go towards the A site. Only one man here to stop them.
Well, starting their approach in towards the A bomb site, it's going to be Raftu hiding behind the default box, looking for the pickup. As they start to commit towards his position, it will be Tessus with the first headshot. And that's the man advantage as Config goes in towards the corner. Multiple players on the CT side just beyond the smoke, but Zix will take a kill onto MSL. And we're back into a 4v4 as Zix continuing to fight inside the middle. Oh my goodness, this is so awkward. There we go.
Messy.
Finally drops Nico, and Config gets the double. CG.B steps up, and OpTic walk away with a pistol.
That was just an absolute mess, rampant, but great pistol round from Config, of course, starting things off confidently. I feel like that's what you want if you're OpTic, right? You need Config to get his game on very early on, because momentum is great. I think Config even holds the kill record for most kills in a single map online. That's 47? 47, yeah. And it was on Overpass as well. It was an online matchup when they were over in NA playing some DreamHack qualifiers. But let's see if he can beat that record. Not going to be easy.
Certainly not. But coming into this, you've got to say, though, you have to expect OpTic to be the victors of this match. Yeah. And will be a kill from Rocking coming in, though, as he drops MSL. Tessa steps up with the trade kill. Looking to follow up, it's Config with one. It's only one, though, as CG.B has to trade, and, well, he's done that well. Still the man advantage for OpTic.
Yeah, looking like they're going to commit towards B. Zix has got them cut off if they want to go back up towards a top site, but Tessus is still inside a connector, so Cajun can come back and assist them if they want to commit towards A, but not looking likely right now. Nico's watching for the backline flank. Denny's Law sits on the site. And so this is a pretty good setup right now for Bpro. They've got OpTic boxed in somewhat, unless they want to full wrap through the spawn. But Zix, if he gets his kill, could turn the tide of battle. Now the advantage sits in the favor of Bpro. Upgraded gun, and OpTic walking into the B site. Denny's Law sitting here waiting.
Well, OpTic, that have been spread thin in this one. They would have wanted to have picked this one up a little bit more convincingly than this. With Dennis Law just holding back, Molotov is going to force him away. He's looking for the pickup. A couple of shots landed on the Deagle, but Nico still comes out on top. Looks back, but finally dropped by Zix, and it's into a 1v1. CG.B up against Zix. The bomb not yet planted. He's going to run away towards the A bomb site here, CG.B. He wants to get away from here.
Yeah, and he will get the plant in. No one here to stop him. Zix is going to have to wrap up back through connector. Unless he wants to go spawn side as well, but that gives us a chance for Cajun to get aggressive back into CT. He's planted open for the stairs, so he's going to have a lot of room to work with here in Zix. He doesn't know how close he is. Cajun, for all he knows, could be in the toilet. Just got to spend a lot of time clearing these stairs, and yeah, he's going to start running, realizing that time is not in his favor. Does have a kit, but Cajun knows exactly where he's coming from at this point, just waiting for that cross. Zix is going to check it, but this should be Cajun's every day of the week, and OpTic are going to pick up their second round. Got dicey, but that was the force buy from Bpro.
Yeah, exactly. Force buy comes in for Bpro. They make it very competitive. They bring it into a 1v1, so that will keep the economy of OpTic very modest indeed. And look at the money on the CT side. It's actually pretty strong moving into this next one. They've gone for the nade stack, it seems, here in this one. They want to get some nade action going on. Probably towards middle, I would say, is where they're going to see this come through.
Yeah. Middle or connector, but it's kind of hard to nade stack connector. OpTic are going to go straight towards B, though, with 3 players and that bomb, so No nade stack early. It might actually just be for the monster play. That's quite a smart idea. We've seen this before. Hide out in the B pit, wait for OpTic to show their face on B, and then just chuck all those nades in. Maybe try and stop a bomb plant, for example. Go down towards short, but yeah, maybe a bit too preemptive. No one there from OpTic. Config gets tagged, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, well, Bpro, nade stack, decent idea. Again, anything that they can pull from this round is a bonus. They don't expect to win it. A couple of kills, even one, would be a bonus for Bpro moving into this round number 3. OpTic, making sure they cross the T's, dot their I's, and make sure that the A bomb site is taken with the utility. The bomb's still outside of B. And Nico will start to make his way through the long position. Trying to go through the smoke. He's just trying to bait out a shot or two, try and get some information, but Config, he's pushing in towards the B bomb site, and he catches 6 with his pants down, and that's going to be the opening kill for OpTic.
Very nice force of rotation from OpTic. All those smokes and flashes towards the A site, and Bpro completely fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. They are trapped in spawn, and Config's hunting for them. 30 HP won't stop him. He's going to find them as well as the rest of his team, cleaning that one up nice and clean. So 3 rounds for OpTic and the buy coming in for Bpro. They're going to have the AWP as well. Yeah,
the most important thing for Bpro here is that they make it competitive early. They can't allow OpTic to build up that momentum and start to run away with it, because they definitely will. So Bpro need to make it competitive early coming into Overpass, and well, this is the best opportunity for them. They've got the AUG in the hands of Denislaw, the rest on M4A4s.
Interesting to not see that AWP come in so early. You know OpTic are on bonus though, so a B rush would be not too surprising of a call here. OpTic are going to be setting a lot of players B short early on, but Bpro getting aggressive on Fountain, forced back off of that. Flash is coming through from Nico, and OpTic just establishing control towards the exterior of the B site. We will see a bit of a boost here. Oh, it's getting spotted though. This is dangerous, playing with fire.
Oh.
Ooh, he's definitely seen him that time.
Well, Config is going to try and nade. They're going to go to the wrong side though, as luckily Rocking gets away towards Graffiti. MSL actually takes damage from the nades, and so OpTic still taking their time. Most of their troops committed in towards the B side of things as MSL trying to win the battle on short, but it's Config who's the man to go in and try and pick up an early pickup, but it's not going to come through. A minute still stands on the clock, and yet no one has dropped.
Oh, that's a great timing for the boost. They moved out of short, and Rocking goes above the wood. He's going to be able to find MSL. I love how proactive Bpro are towards this B site. The flash is over. The aggression attempted from Raftu, even though it doesn't work out, they finally get a pick, and that's a great return kill from Nico. Taking down Denislaw above the site. He's got to follow up. He needs to kill this player on A. Rocking still doing damage down on the lower bomb site. Bomb now coming back towards A to join OpTic, and Bpro on a double flank.
Flash goes in from connector. Rocking, the man to get the pick from the boost, is still alive and still kicking as he makes his way back in towards middle. 25 seconds to play with. It's still OpTic, no bomb plant, but Tessus has got the kill onto Viltrix. That gives them so much control of this site.
Yeah, bomb down now and retake. Bpro fully giving away their position. They were spamming that smoke earlier. OpTic going to flash their way back in, but Nico gets caught. That's a 3rd kill from Rocking in this round. CajunB re-aggressing, and this is going to cut them off. They're both coming through the toilets because of that smoke, and he's going to have the drop on them once again in the post plant. Texas just needs to stay alive and bait them in from the site. Cajun gets it first, and he doubles it up. What a round from Cajun. Nice try from Rocking, but 3 apparently is not enough, and OpTic sit with 4.
Feels like Bpro are competitive in the rounds, but they just can't win them, and that's the big problem. Every time they get a kill, there's always an answer from OpTic so far, and that's just the sort of level that they have. And well, Nico, that headshot on the player jumping over the default bomb is just ridiculous. There's nothing you can do. You've done it right. You've gone to jump for the information. You just get your head torn off by the quick reactions. And well, it's 4-0 for OpTic, looking for that quick 5-0 beginning as Bpro, well, they're here on a little bit of Kevlar and a couple of pistols, but realistically, we should expect them to lose this round.
They made it so competitive last time, of course, but yeah, different buy for OpTic. No SMGs and a slower pace as well into the start of this. They know that Bpro do have something in this round. Don't want to overstep, give up this lead.
Something I noticed about OpTic in the last Invitational was that they took every single round seriously, right? They never took one for granted. They cleared every angle. They played methodically, even in rounds like this, when they shoot with their favorites. You can see it's very successful for Tessus inside of the connector, waiting for that aggression from the CT side. It comes towards him. MSL's ready for the stairs peek as well. And well, OpTic, this should be one in the bag for them. MSL not wanting to overcommit in towards the possible stack of players on the other end of the stairs. So he'll go back towards B, where OpTic want to finish this round.
And only one man here to stop them. But you can see with the flank coming from ESLOne, they're going to try and rotate a second man into position. It will be too late though. Viltrex has got to do some damage and he's just not going to be able to stand the test of time. Rocking back into the site, but there's just so many Ts. And this is a very confident start from OpTic. 5-0 up here on the T side of Overpass. And Bpro, well, I'd love to see an AWP come out, try and slow it down. And yes, ESLOne going to go for it.
A lot of laws in Counter-Strike at the minute. You've got Stanislaw, Denislaw. What would Hugo's law be?
Ooh, I don't know. You've thrown me on the spot here.
Yeah.
I need to come up with something.
I couldn't think of anything,
No.
so that's why I've asked the question.
Yeah. So what's no Dinko's law?
No, it's just Dinko's law would be you can't lose. Everything has to be a win.
Wow, how positive. Hugo's law would be far more pessimistic, I'm sure. Like, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and it is going wrong for OpTic. That is a mow down. Great AWP setup. ESLOne finds a double. Spam through does find a lot of damage in response, but Nico's down to 16. Oh, 2 bullets left, and he takes the headshot. This is still salvageable for OpTic, but Viltrex has pushed up, and that bomb's been dropped in the open.
Very, very solid start coming in from Bpro into round number 6. They needed that, and they've got it. Just shows the presence that an AWP can bring to the server. And well, GG.B has been spotted. He was the only player with high HP, but now they stand in both 16. Rocking's flanked in behind as well, so this should be a round for Bpro if they play their cards correctly.
I like how they've actually given up the bomb to allow room for Rocking to get aggressive. OpTic are caring so much about the players that pushed up earlier on A that they're not even considering the fact that they could be flanked. So clever call from Bpro there, and a very strong setup with that AWP. They don't get to save it into the next round though, note that, and they don't have the money for it. So.
Yeah, that's kind of the negative aspect for it. Yes, you find so much success when they open it, nets you a round win, but then you don't have it moving into the next one, and OpTic's money's still good. So yeah, big problem here for Bpro. If they can get over this hurdle though, that'll set them up for perhaps a competitive first half.
Perhaps.
Well, that's the word
remaining positive. Remaining positive. They started it off at least. You know, they broke the curse. Hardest round is the first round. Spam towards B early. OpTic are trying to take control as short, but Bpro constantly being proactive here with the utility towards his B bomb site. They're throwing that deep smoke in the B tunnel from spawn. It's not going to hold OpTic back. Oh, this could be aggressive. Raftu's pushed the monster smoke. The flash is there, and CajunB is fully blind. He gets a bit of a shot off, and even takes a kill as well. I don't know how he gets away with that. It's Config to grab it instead. Rocking pushes up and short in the meantime, and it's just back and forth. No one getting away without a fight. 3-on-2 here for OpTic, and they're going to walk into B, but they haven't checked barrels just yet. Yeah,
this is the classic barrels play. We just look at the floor, you can't be spotted.
The rotate.
But, yeah, the bomb's leaving B, so yeah, he's not going to get any info. He's just going to be staring at the floor. It's on Denislaw to make something happen, and well, he's come back towards B, but Nico has got so much control towards the bottom of the stairs. As soon as Denislaw walks over here, it should be a kill for Nico. And, well, it's not. Well, yeah, that sort of crouching really cost Nico the kill there. And Denislaw keeps moving forward. He's got himself another with Tessis finally stepping up, but it's a 1v1.
Yeah, he's got time for the bomb plant. He saw that flash come down from the lower B site. He knows he's got the time to get the plant and move away. Flash to allow him to reposition. Zix has a smoke and a kit to get on that bomb, but it's the same position that OpTic already won a round from. Cajun did the same play. And so Tess is holding a tighter angle because the bomb is not planted for him. And yeah, Zix is not going to expect this position at all. Being gamed out of the server. 6-1 to OpTic. What a round from Tessis as well, the latest addition, the young gun here for the Danish side. Really good start as well. 10-3 is currently standing on. You got the same at DreamHack Summer, right? And that's where OpTic were successful. So I actually think Tessis is a pretty good pickup because a lot of people are questioning it. He was kind of unknown within the Danish scene, and with a scene that has so much depth in terms of young talent, why Tessis? And well, I think he's shown he's worthy of it. Yeah, he's got big boots to fill, but he seems to be holding his own. We'll see how OpTic do in this event, right? And we're going to have plenty more matches to at least get a feel. Because I'm excited to see how deep this team can go, whether they can actually make it to New York. We'll have to find out. But right now, things are looking pretty. 6-1 up on the T side of Overpass, and another rifle round coming through for Bpro. I mean, if you want to call it that. 2 SMGs and an AWP. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Well, OpTic start their approach towards B with most of their players there. One holding the connector so that their short position is not vulnerable. Viltrex, this is a bit of a one and done. You're good for a kill, maybe 2.
but he should be traded pretty quickly. There's the first. The second coming in, though. He's doing well. Finally, he's traded back by Testis and Rethu. He's going to be there as well. Good stuff from the CT side. And Nico, well, he's the last man standing here for OpTic. What can he hope to do?
Probably not much. Raftu's got back in the corner as well. He's being supported by Rocking, so even though Nico knows that, he isn't going to be able to do anything with the info. Smoke comes down, and he's just got to be patient. 40 seconds. Bpro just holding back now. No need to reaggress. No need to give up a pick here back into the B-bomb site. They know they can likely win this via time. Now Nico's going to go back to that monster smoke, but really getting desperate to expect too much here. The second that he fires off a shot, he's going to get double peaked. So here we go, and there we go. No double peak needed. Raftu finishes it off, and a big SMG round for Bpro, picking up their second on the CT side, and finally breaking the money of OpTic most importantly. That's probably why we're seeing the pause. Tessis has 8K, everyone else is poor.
Yeah, for me saying this is a bit of a sticky situation to be in. He does really well to get that first and the second. Also has his teammate to back him up. So certainly well played in towards Monster. Pretty much stops OpTic's chances of even getting anywhere near the site. I feel like they could have done more with utility though, their OpTic. They definitely had a lot in the bag to work with. So quite interesting in terms of just walking through Monster without any utility or backup. So.
Yeah, I mean, the flashes went over the top, right, to flash players on the site, but the one player that's not going to blind is a player playing close monster. So they basically got countered by the only position that could have actually, won that round for Bpro. If they didn't have a player close monster, likely OpTic just burst into B and win it. So good setup, but how is that Molotov not burning Nico? He's very lucky, going to get through. It is just pistols though for OpTic. Solo rifle in this round. And you can see now MSL's throwing a flash down the bottom. Oh, it's going over the top. That should still blind a close player, but there's no one here this time. Peek from Raftu coming through. It's the Glock that takes him down, and Tessis follows up.
No way this is happening. Zix sits back on the B-bomb site. They're coming in towards him. He's looking for the pickups, and well, they are finding them. The AWP chimes in as well, and Nico, the last man standing, he is finally spotted, and that will be 3 for Bpro. Feels like even in the rounds they've lost, though, they've definitely been competitive, so it's a good early sign for them. I think Rocking and ESLOne, certainly the two players that are standing out for me at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, Rocking is the name on this team that I think most people would know, right? Definitely an experienced player in his scene. Been on the old team with Cirque, Outlaws, of course. He's been around.
He has. I think that's a pretty common thing throughout Bulgaria, right? It's like all these teams have legends in them from their region. You know, back in Wendigo, they had Victor, obviously no longer there, but they have so many players with so much experience that can help some of the younger players come up as well.
Ooh, Raftu. Gotta be careful there. He opens the door for his teammate, and he's going to get dinked after. Quick 1-for-1. Now he swings wide, but running out of ammo, and Config's found the kill. OpTic get the better of that engagement. 4-on-3, and Bpro split up right now. Zix is alone on the A site as ESLOne has to rotate back down. And OpTic are going to go through the T-spawn and end this towards B.
The bomb on their back. Multiple players starting to make their way over towards B. They've attempted it from the beginning in 2 rounds. It hasn't really worked too well for them. But perhaps finding a little bit more map control across the map and then coming in with the advantage. That's the winning play. And with the utility going on in. Smoke up towards Heaven. That will cover off the vision of ESLOne. Viltrix is now the only player isolated inside of the bomb site as the flash comes in as well. He has to hold on. Config coming in from short. Nico spotted, but csgomc's there for the trade. ESLOne's rotated. He's looking for the kill on the AWP, but no one peeking. No one giving him a chance. And finally, he will get a chance, but it's Config with a headshot. Bomb plant denied, and there's another one from Zix right through the smoke. 2 kills come in, and it's into a 1v1.
How the hell has he done that? Even finding a second player, I mean, the bomb plant's one thing, but no way he's going to find a third through the smoke. No. Cajun, he might have time to go towards A, but he's got to start running now, and that's going to give it away. Zix can rotate safely as well. Cajun's going to make it. I think he's just got enough time for this. He's going to have to plant safe for the CT side. And Zix is still down on B. He hasn't even realized yet, or even if he's heard the footsteps, you don't know whether that's a commitment until you hear the bomb going down. And now he's realized the error of his ways. We've seen so many of these situations where they've run up from B, up towards A, and planted and gotten aggressive. And Cajun's going to do it once again. Yeah,
this is the 3rd time they've done it so far, and this could be 100% success rate as well as csgomc in the corner.
Oh.
He's going to be unchecked. He'll stand here waiting. Zix runs up towards Bank. He'll start to clear the angles, start to clear the corners. Will he expect CG.B to be on the stairs? Most likely not, as he's still looking towards the toilets. Bomb plant's done though. Zix goes for the tap. He's diffusing this inside of the smoke. Only a small headshot angle.
Oh, no.
CG.B sprays away, but the defuse is coming through, and there it is. And he gets the kill through the smoke as well. That's the cherry on top. Zix with 3, an absolutely beast performance from him.
Zix didn't see a single player that he killed in that round, and he got 3 frags, so that's not too bad. What a defuse as well. Cajun, a very nice attempt, but that plant on the truck actually doesn't work out in his favor. I mean, look at the second kill. What is
just
that?
ridiculous.
He sees the traces, but even so, that's ridiculous. Cajun played that masterfully until he let the player get out on top of the site.
Yeah. As soon as he lets him, even knowing where the bomb's planted, you have to know there's a possibility it could be on the other side of the truck.
Yeah, the reason that OpTic won those 2 out of 3 times was they didn't even let the player cross to the bomb. They caught them on the cross, and that's all because of these unorthodox post plants, right? Pushing back into CT. I'm surprised Bpro or whoever that was, Zix, didn't read that. But either way, they'll take it. 4-6, and OpTic going back towards the A site, this time fast with Deagles.
Well, DenisLaw does spot his victim, and he'll take the first kill onto Tessus, looking for the follow-up onto MSL. And he connects that easily with a third coming through as well. Goes into the open, and because of that, CG.B is hungry for the kills on the Deagle. He'll try for a second, but just not landing anything. Instead, it's Nico slipping through the smoke. Get 1, but that's just about it. So 6-5, it's 4 in a row here for Bpro. Doing a solid job, I have to say, here on the CT side of Overpass.
Great recovery considering this was a 5-0 for OpTic at the start. DenisLaw has been really hitting shots with this AWP. 3 in that round. He got 2 in the round that they first had the AWP. Do OpTic ever pull out their own AWP to contend? That's my question.
Yeah, because you've got quite a few players that can play it, right? You've got MSL and CG.B that are pretty okay with the weapon. We've seen MSL love to pick it up on the CT side of Overpass. So that's probably where we'll see it a little bit more, but they seem to want to stick to the rifle setup here on the T side. Now, they have got the Krieg, so that can be a weapon you can challenge long-range angles at, but the AWP is still going to beat you pretty much every time there.
Well, let's find out. It might be put to the test. DenisLaw's up on long and OpTic. They've not gone towards this position. Ooh, map long. That's an unfortunate timing. DenisLaw does get out unscathed, but he has been spotted. Support towards the toilets, at least from Zix, but Flash coming over the top, and he's going to get aggressive with it. Rocking, finding 1 apiece as well. So immediate 5-on-3 for Bpro. MSL goes through that smoke, but there's a Molotov in front of him. He can't catch a break. Does do the dirty back to Zix through the smoke, getting a taste of his own medicine, but it's still a man down for OpTic.
Taste of your own medicine is not always the best taste, but DenisLaw will stand in the toilets waiting for CG.B to come in, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place at this moment in time. He'll look back and spots Nico, but Nico will take his head off. It's a 3v3. Good recovery from OpTic, and they pull it back with 43 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they've salvaged the round. They've salvaged the bomb as well, so don't have to commit towards A. They might go all the way back through T-spawn, but take a look at the 2 players down on B right now. They are re-aggressing into the site. Majority of Ts, or CTs rather, down on lower. OpTic, are they really going to go for B with 20 seconds left? They are running out of time. They've got to go very, very quick. You can see them being a little bit confused. Door getting opened, only a fake. They're going back up towards A while Nico throws smokes on that lower site. This will keep the 2 players at bay, but they need to get this kill on Rocking in the next few seconds because this bomb plant won't come down otherwise.
Yeah, they're not going to check this angle, but there it is. The trade from MSL. Bomb plant coming in, and there's just enough time for it. Surely there it is.
Yep.
And it's into a 2v2 as Raf2 coming back over towards the stairs. OpTic play a dangerous game, but it might just work for them. Raf2 has got his teammate already on the bomb site. Filtrix crossing over it, checking the angles as Nico holds long range, spots 1 player, so they know where Nico is, but he's got the angle. He can hold for this defuse, so the smoke comes onto the bomb. It's the tap. Oh, no way! Nico gets a little bit lucky there on the tap, and MSL comes in from long, and that's just absolutely unfortunate. You know, everyone's had that moment where you get killed and you're not actually the target.
Yeah. Walking into the firing line. Can't even blame him there. He knew exactly where Nico was. Like, oh, just peek him, I'll kill him. And then walks into a bullet, heading his way. And OpTic, another round on the T side. This is a very, very confident T side from them. 7 rounds already locked in. We're not done just yet, and certainly not with this buy. Bpro on a full eco with the exception of Zix. So OpTic surely going to be winning the half at this rate. Fast, long push here from Bpro. Their aggression up on Fountain has been good in the rifle rounds, but not really got the weaponry to play with it this time. They've just got to set up close and hope that OpTic walk into them. Doesn't seem to be the case, though.
Ooh. Well, Nico does some damage. He'll look back towards long as Rocking will fall, and Nico doing more damage. Eventually will fall as Viltrix will take away with the USP.
That's why I hate the SG, because if you miss 1 or 2 bullets, you're dead. You're done.
Yeah, it's so hard to recover.
Yeah, it's great for like getting that one tap, but other than that, it's a rough gun.
Another rough gun is the Galil. And while Tessis will stand and wait for them to come through the door, they're going to go back over towards the ladder area.
Just spamming it. They know they're in there. Bpro don't want to be the ones to make the move and get aggressive.
Yeah. They want OpTic to come to them. They want them to get hungry. I mean, they do have something of value to save over. It is the Krieg in the hands of Viltrix, but that's just about it. So OpTic have no real need to go for them. Finally. He will get the reward for his patience.
And the round. But here it comes, potentially the final buy here for Bpro, even though it's not the last round of the half. If they lose it, they're going to have really nothing but the loss bonus and whatever kill reward they get. So quick pause before you go into a very important round for Bpro.
If OpTic reach double figures at this half, I'm pretty confident on their chances at sort of seeing it through as well, especially coming in from the T side of Overpass, the less favored side. But OpTic, they've shown they can be really, really solid on the CT side as well. If MSL is hitting their shots on the AWP, he can actually be a very impactful player, which is obviously a lot of people will look to it and sort of not consider him to be a great AWP player, but he's certainly held his own. And you have to remember back in the tournament when they finally beat Astralis, the only team to really do it in their peak at that, sort of in a grand final, MSL got the MVP for being an AWP player, so pretty crazy stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to see that on the CT side. Let's hope we have enough rounds in that second half to get the AWP in play. Bpro, they've got their AWP, but it's flying through the air into its own death, and there's the trade from Config, flying through the smoke. What on earth? Bpro, that is not how you really want to start off a round.
Not the greatest start, but it's still recoverable. OpTic have the one-man advantage. And well, there's the trade, so it's back into a 3v3. Just some aggression towards short. Config had no idea that was a possibility.
Bpro are pretty incessant with this aggression. Seems to be working out, though.
I like it because it shows that they're not scared to play against OpTic. They're playing their own game. And that, obviously, from any player that you've ever interviewed in the world, that's the winning strategy, all right?
Well, it's not just that. You've got to hit your shots
Hit your shots, yeah.
And play your own game. It's an iconic duo. This is interesting. Nico, he's done this before. They're going to bring the bomb up towards A, but they don't realize that Zix is still on long. Now, he can't stop anyone at this point, but what he can do is come in late for the retake. I say that. This bomb could still go B, because Nico's full flanking. He's no longer anchoring that A site. He's going to go into the CT spawn and try and catch his players on lower.
Nico must be one of the most annoying players to play against because he does this so consistently. He gets the kill onto Rocking. Kill comes in from Viltrix, so a chance to do it, but CG.B still picks that up somehow.
That would have been the bomb.
And that is so horrible. Zix on his own, 1v3, has to be the save call surely at this point. No money in the bank for the CT side. And well, OpTic, they do hit 9.
What a round. I'm loving these flanks from Nico as well. OpTic just seem to be all on the same page right now, and that's so important. Nice and slow rounds make Bpro sweat, as they clearly are right now. 9-5 at the half, and a low buy for Bpro to try and salvage something on the CT side, but running out of time, chances, running out of time really. Won't get any exits here. OpTic aren't going to go further than the T spawn, so their own money is going to be perfectly fine. Come on, let's at least have one AWP in the T side, MSL. You got 6 kills, double.
Yeah. I call it right here, Hugo.
Yeah.
MSL's going to finish on top of the scoreboard when we move to the CT side.
I wouldn't even disagree with that. Although, big boots to Phil.
Yeah, quite a way to go as well. We'll see if Bpro can pick up 6, or will it be 10-5 for OpTic as we move into the second half? It's not really looking too great for their chances here. Bpro with their buy coming in, it's certainly lacking the rifles, essentially. They've got one. No, they've got two, actually. They've got a FAMAS, but we going to count that as a rifle?
No.
It's a semi-rifle.
We'll count it as garbage. That's what we'll count it as. Are you a Galil or a FAMAS fan?
I think I have to go with a Galil, honestly.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. It's so accurate when you're burst firing or just tapping.
And it's got more ammo.
It's got more ammo.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah, and
no one remembers
better.
that. Yeah, and it sounds better. That's true. Oh, look at this. Are they going to reboost or just go back out into short? It's aggression instead. Zix is still watching this smoke. MSL's walking right through. This could get sloppy. He finds a second with the last bullet in the mag as well. Doesn't expect a third, and I don't blame him. Config, he needs to try and pick up this bomb because Bpro could have salvaged an absolute mare of a round.
Why don't they check that left corner? Just one person take a look at it. Unfortunately, that does cost OpTic 2 players, and well, Config has a really difficult task of recovering this bomb, but he's gone and done it. It's daylight robbery for Config. He's gone back over towards the A bomb site, and well, they don't even know the bomb's gone.
And of course, Nico is already in CD spawn, as is.
He does this every single run, I swear. We've cut to him every time. He's just shift walking through blank.
Oh, the money man, and the plant coming through for him as well. Bpro mainly coming from toilet side, so this is so favorable for OpTic. I even think, even though this is a 2-on-4, OpTic have the advantage because of the setup right now. Free kill coming through for Nico. Denny's Law doesn't expect it. Config hits an absolute banger, and he's going to be able to cross as well. How is he getting away with this? 2 players left for Bpro. They've been spotted, and Config is just waiting for that strafe. Time ticking away, and the spray is there. Config gets one, and Nico closes out the half. 10 to OpTic. That was some epic counter-strike.
Yeah, Bpro, they get the bomb down, but they fully commit to watching it. They have no other option. If OpTic steal away that bomb, you can see all the players were committed to the bomb itself. So no one was holding the A bomb site. No one was holding the possibility that they could get there. And well, Nico just walks up onto the A bomb site, gets into a grip position, and will Config with the daylight robbery. And those odds from GG.Bet. Yeah, that is not good whatsoever. 1.01 for OpTic to that of 13.03. So if you believe in Bpro, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to be bankrupt.
Yeah.
If you put $1,000 on OpTic right now, you get a tenner. So take that into account, you know? That's a nice bit of cash.
Definitely worth it.
Not really, yeah, because what if they lose and you've lost $1,000? Well, Bpro are going to be walking inside of the B site. OpTic playing retake on a pistol with no kit, so bit of an unorthodox setup. And that's not the start they wanted. CajunB already down. Retaking 5-on-5 is hard enough. Retaking 4-on-5, now you've got a challenge.
Well, Tessis heads his way towards short. Has got himself the USP looking for the pickup, but it's going to be rocking with the kill on the MSL. Follow-up is there from Raf2. And well, here's the pistol from Bpro. Their chances of getting back into this are somewhat elevated if they can just convert this win. And they should realistically. There's no kit alive on OpTic. They've got the 2-man deficit. Well, Config's still alive, and Tessis is still kicking. No way that Bpro let this happen as Config gets another. The time is still ticking. Not enough for the defuse, but the kill will come through. Nevertheless, from Zix as Bpro, they get it done, but again, very, very close.
Sweaty palms for Bpro there. That got awfully close considering that was, what, a 5-on-3 immediately with T's in their post plants. OpTic getting a lot of kills back into that bomb site, but not going to go much further than that. Either way around for Bpro, that, as you said, can get them back into this game, but OpTic want to shut down any chances of that happening nice and early on with a force buy. Double scouts. We've not seen an AWP for OpTic, but now we have.
At least we've got a sniper.
2 scouts is one AWP, I think.
Yeah, you add them together.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you get some damage done with those scouts, the Deagles and the CZ are so easy to pick up the kills with, so certainly a chance here for OpTic to steal this one away, and Bpro will have to give it the respect it requires.
They're surely expecting a force here. Config going for a pick down monster. There's so many players on the other side, but they are pretty passive right now. At least the bomb is. Ooh. There's the tag. Can he get away? No. Viltrex finding him. CajunB's got to construct that CZ nice and quick, but Lego blocks can be difficult. Kill is in from Viltrex, and even though Nico hides in the smoke, they should expect another player on this B site. It's all coming too easily, and they'll hear the tags as they shoot him through that smoke. How is he alive? I don't know. He's not anymore. That bomb going down for Bpro, and that will guarantee the round. OpTic should save, and it seems like they agree.
Ooh, nice. Here we go. MSL on his way to the top. He's got his first in the second half. Gil with the scout coming right through. But Bpro will find themselves a pretty clean one. nevertheless, and they know that OpTic don't have anything of that much value, so they're just going to let them walk away. They'll hang on towards their AKs, their SMGs they've got, and this will be 10-7. So Bpro, most people would have expected a blowout coming into this, but they're certainly making it competitive. If they can reach double figures, that's a respectable scoreline.
Yeah. I don't want to count them out of winning this game, but we need to see a T-side rifle round first, right? Or more specifically, we need to see an OpTic CT rifle round first, because that's where things are going to be interesting. Won't be for now, though. Still more pistols as they wait for that loss bonus to accumulate.
Well, the odds have dropped quite significantly to 5.68 for Bpro.
No longer 13.
Yeah. So whoever followed Hugo's advice, I'm sorry.
You've only got yourself to blame.
Yeah, exactly. Hugo is in no way
responsible
for that.
Well, B set up for Bpro and a fast connector rush. I like this call as well against pistols. Just go quickly into that B bomb site. There is a stack here for OpTic. There are 4 players. And through the smoke, they try and go. Rocking gonna get a kill. They hear the reload, and Tess's chases, but Raftu was there ready and waiting as well. This is a slaughter. And there's only MSL still standing, and he's got a scout, so...
Probably gonna win it. Oh, well, he has got the first, but probably not too much more. They're gonna hunt him. He's got a target on his back, but he gets a second. MSL going in for the third. And well, there it is. 3 in a row for Bpro, but MSL doing some damage towards the end of that round, and there immediately it's the ult from MSL.
It's what we've been waiting for.
Is it going to be anti-climatic though?
Very possibly.
It is a possibility. It's kind of like a 50-50. What MSL is going to turn up today? The thing is, when we see MSL, he hits all the really difficult shots, but he never hits the easy ones.
Michael Early 2.0.
Exactly. Draken. There's quite a few opposites are quite like that.
Well, where's he gone? He's up on long right now. He's got Tessa supporting him. Or more so, he is supporting Tessa's, who's pretty much tucked into this corner. No one coming here, though, for Bpro. Surprisingly passive start with this AWP, but I'm all for it. Bpro are going to get past these players. They can just fast play the A site. There's nothing OpTic can do. They have to play for retake. There's only one man here. Config, if he can get a couple of kills and slow down this push, it could still be good for OpTic. And this flank with the AWP, that will throw a spanner in the works.
Does MSL just walk through the smoke, though? That would be a very risky play. But Config is going to try and just hold on as they start to come towards him. He's got the first, looking for the second. He's got that. Make it 3. Config does it all. And finally, Rap2 puts him to bed as DenisLaw steps in as well. It is a 3v2, but MSL and Tessa's in behind. It's Raf2 alone in the world, a 1v3 with 50 seconds on the clock. He'll look back towards the toilets, and winning this is highly unlikely with 15 HP. He still has to recover the bomb.
Yeah, MSL's on the angle though, and he's repositioned. Oh, missed shot. Raf2 ducks below the cinder block, but surely he's not going to get many more opportunities, and correct, he won't. MSL finally pieces in that round for OpTic, and 11-8. The first buy round for the Danes does reign supreme. That being said, we have more money coming through for Bpro, plenty of it, so they can rebuy. And what a hold from Config as well. Pressure all on his shoulders, only man on the bomb site, and he finds 3 kills. That's huge.
You've got to feel that's why OpTic are able to do that setup as well. You're only leaving one player on the A bomb site because you know it's Config, and he most likely will get you more than 1 kill. So he nets them 3. Well, Bpro, they still got a buy here. They've got the open hands of DenisLaw on the T side. We didn't see any open on the T side from OpTic. And well, that's a great opening. The Mac-10 just swinging on by, and a follow-up coming in as well as Zix will drop MSL. 5v3 immediately here at the start of round number 20.
Yeah, MSL pushing through the smoke for the trade. Maybe not necessary. It's given a second AWP over to Rocking, who might just throw it out, get rid of it. See if they keep the double open T side. Quite unorthodox, but going back down towards B. Cajun alone on the other side of this smoke. It's about to fade though, so he's got to be careful. Creep and crawl, and here come Bpro. Flash goes through. Will Cajun find anything here? He's so blind. Not even going to shoot, just going to take the bullets. And Viltrex finding the opener. That might just be the round in and of itself. B has been taken, and the plant is coming through. So Config and Nico probably looking to save. And yeah, this is getting closer and closer by the minute.
really good to see from Bpro, honestly. When I came into this, you know, I was expecting the open qualifier team to perhaps not have the most success against some of the better invited teams as well, but certainly showing why they're here and how they deserve to be here as well. And I think that's something that's happening with Counter-Strike a lot lately, is the fact that it's just becoming more competitive across every board, right? You know, you have these teams that are coming from open qualifiers that can still compete with some of the better teams.
Anyone can beat anyone on the right day.
Unless you're Liquid, and most people seem to not be able to do that at the minute.
Yeah, that's true. When I say anyone, I don't necessarily mean anyone. You know? Most people.
I mean, there was a certain point where it was kind of hard to see a world in which Astralis were able to get beaten, right?
And that kind of just turned off.
It just kind of, well, we're just off now.
No longer. That is odd, isn't it? Hopefully we get to see a little bit more success from Astralis coming into this major, but yeah, that's all to be seen in the future. We've got some other Danes on our screens right now. 5-man boosting spawn from Bpro. Taking their time.
Will they get wrecked by the train, though?
Oh.
There it is. It's gone, so they have a chance, but no one is peeking just yet. There's the opportunity.
They saw it, surely.
But sometimes your eyes aren't really trained towards that position, though, when you're jump spotting. Generally, you'll be so tunnel visioned in towards the water that you won't really see this boost.
Yeah, OpTic don't know. If they did know, they would have pushed up by now. That's the thing. The second this gets spotted, you immediately see those A players just take control of Fountain, because they know that every T is dedicated to the lower site. Or to the spawn, more so. This is... I've never seen this held for so long. Yeah, especially with nothing showing. They saw one jump, and that was it.
Yeah, and this is giving up an opportunity. Well, obviously, OpTic didn't really seize that opportunity, but they could have pushed through everywhere. They could have had so much map control, left Bpro completely stranded.
I think OpTic think it's a long take on A, because they just rotated a B player back up to spot it. You can see MSL is already there, but he's in the toilets holding the cross. This could get good for Bpro. They're walking into a 2-man setup over on B.
Occasion B is going to peek into them. Not a single kill, and that might just cost him as Nico stands tall. That's the kill. That's the bomb on the floor, so that'll slow them for a little bit. Allows rotations to come in from the CT side, and while Nico, he's still alive and still causing problems for them. They can't really commit to it just yet. They will.
Wow.
Oh, the lineup comes through as well. Nico gets 2 through the smoke, denying the bomb plant in the process. And Denislaw onto the bomb site, 15 seconds, gets the first kill onto Nico, looking for the follow-up on Config, but the kill comes through from OpTic, and it will be 12-9. Bpro, scary stuff, but again, they just fall short.
MSL even saving the AWP at the end there, and I've just never seen so many smoke kills in one map. What is going on? Nico finding a double. That's just ridiculous.
Just line up for him.
12-9, and 4 more separate OpTic from picking up this win to open up Group B. Bpro, what else do they have left in the tank here? No AWP, no 5-man boost at least, so rifles are back out, and the money's starting to run dry. If OpTic win this, it's 13-9 and an eco from Bpro, so very important that they, at bare minimum, get a bomb plant. Setting up fast towards the playground.
No one really challenging there at all. They've got Config in the toilets. 2 players in the connector that can burst out as well. Comes down to how Bpro time this. Do they want to get that connector push going alongside the playground push? Because that would really spread the defensive OpTic thin.
Smoke in the front of toilets. The AWP's in connector, MSL waiting, and there's the shot as well. He can always just bail down towards B because they have short water as well, but there is a man trying to cut them off. That's Raftu. Hiding in that smoke.
Oh, he's giving that away.
Yeah, I mean, they knew he was there anyway. Nico's even going to get the wall banging from B short. So now, I mean, the escape route for OpTic is fantastic. They should be able to just rotate down if they want. In the meantime, Denislaw has taken A because OpTic have no one here, but Config is keeping his eye on the site from the toilets. Bit of an off angle and not going to be expected. Big kill from Config. MSL will drop in the connector, but it's still a 2-on-4.
Still a monumental task to pull this back, and with Config inside the middle, it doesn't get easier. The headshot comes in, it's Viltrix, the last man standing. He will get one onto Config, and that should allow the bomb plant. Like you said, they needed that. And now he has a real chance at perhaps even picking this up.
Very slow rotate from below, and I like this from Cajun. He's not running like typical, because he wants Victrex to believe that all the players are coming up from toilets, the noisy ones. So They planted open.
Oh,
they
no,
line up, and he gets both. But Cajun's right in the back lines. As said, he didn't expect him, and OpTic are going to pick it up. God, we are having so many weird rounds.
This game is a little bit mental at the minute.
Yeah.
OpTic just getting the better end of the stick, really. Bpro, that's a 1v3 for Viltrex. He shouldn't really have an opportunity to do anything, and he nearly wins it. So, yeah, it's certainly looking at times a little bit weak from OpTic, I have to say, as well. But the individual skill is just winning them at these rounds.
And that's kind of what you would expect.
Yeah.
Some of the names on this team versus, you know, far more unknown players for Bpro, but definitely young guns looking to grind their way to, you know, whatever they can really achieve. New York, hopefully, but, you know, a long way away from that. SMG buy here. They actually don't take the eco to buy up at 14. They are fully committing. This is a big choice to make. And it could really screw them over if it doesn't work out. Fast B play with the Molotovs going through towards barrels. NiKo spraying and praying. He's going to have to fall back. Smoke to try and cut off some angles, but I mean, I don't think that's going to help him or hurt him because Bpro can just shoot through it with these SMGs. Luckily enough, he goes above and gets one. Cajun in the pit can't find a thing, and Bpro very aggressive in the post plant as well. This could be awkward for Tesses.
It was the 2 for 2, but it's Bpro with the advantage now as they find them. So it's the kill. Well, MSL goes to the wall bang. He actually lands it, goes back for more. And well, that must be the thickest wound. Oh my god, he's done it 3 times. He's done it 3 times, Hugo, and he keeps going back. He finally gets a kill. He'll go again and hits it a 4th time, but still no kill. That wound is the strongest material known to mankind.
At that point, is it even worth shooting through it? Like, how are you supposed to kill someone? I wonder what a headshot does through that.
Because he
did 15 twice in 2 shots, so he did 30 in the first 2 shots. So maybe a headshot would do like 40 each, maybe.
Maybe you have to hit him 3 times in the head to get a kill.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, that just completely nullifies the whole reason of why you would even want to wallbang that.
I mean, it gets a bit of damage. You know, all you have to be is lucky that the player who's already tagged is behind there, right? But luck was not on OpTic's side, and that SMG buy that could have really been the undoing of Bpro. Well, it's actually opened up an opportunity to close out the gap of this scoreline. OpTic taking an eco. Mixed bag. We got investments from 3, eco from 2. MSL waits at the top of connector though. Off angle, but Raftu looks to check it. Oh, what? Uh-oh.
Well, Config's found the follow-up, and we've seen so many of these rounds win for the better teams with the individuals. It's what they have in the back pocket. And with Bpro, this is a round they cannot afford to lose. You're saying this is their chance to really close the gap, and well, the gap might just be extended here as OpTic have a good chance of picking it up. They've got the upgraded AKs as well. They've got the 2-man advantage, and they've made the right call here for Cajun B. He's going to get the info. He's going to peek in towards Monster, and Config's got the kill. Cajun B follows up, and well, finally 1 kill, but it's not enough for Denislaw. He needs all 5.
Easier said than done. Going to try and cross, but MSL double peeking with Cajun, and that is the round. An eco going the way of OpTic. Great call to flash Cajun in there as well, right? He just takes it, you know, he doesn't even go down, but if he was going to get sprayed down, he's got Config there to trade him. Yeah. And at bare minimum, as you say, he gets the info. He knows that they're going for a triple monster setup, and Bpro walk right into the maws of OpTic. That is not the round you want to lose.
Config is currently 25 and 18.
He's really loves an overpass game.
This was with the map where he had that famous knife kill as well.
Oh yeah, of course. That was also Masters.
Yep. Masterful of the knife as well, seems with Config. I really don't understand what goes through someone's head in a high pressure game like that. He's just like, yep, I'm gonna knife him.
Think about how much that tilts the player who gets knifed though. Like that has so much more value in terms of the mental game.
Yeah. It's enough to shut the game down already, but here we go, Config yet again. Ooh. This time, not a single kill, so it's on the MSL to stand tall, and he's done that well for 1 kill. That's the bomb of the floor. Tessis lights him up. He's only got the 1, so it's back and forth, and this time Bpro come on top with the man advantage. Yeah,
Pistol Kings have swapped sides. Cajun's coming from the bank. NiKo's already up through the stairwell. Then he saw so push. Will Cajun expect this position? Doesn't look like it. Oh, going down early, and NiKo now has to pull this out on his own. 1-on-3. Molotov's still landing on the site, and everyone in different positions. That's going to signal the end of the round. Surely, Molly on the bomb. He's got no smoke for it, and he's running out of time. He needs to try and isolate another 1-on-1, but he's getting pushed from the dumpster and won't be ready for that. Rocking getting away with the AK as well.
Yeah, showing his excitement about winning that round as well. That was just a straight up, this rush toilets with the Eagles and see what happens kind of play. And well, it works for them. Config not getting a single kill there is pretty much the downfall, I have to say. After being so consistent as well and singing his praises,
He's got one deked.
Just got one deke. He just got wrecked. So not much you can do about that.
And OpTic are now realizing with this pause, I'm sure, like, this is not a free game. They have not won this one just yet. They may be 14-11 up, but with the way that the money is right now, you know, it's going to be very easy for Bpro to catch up, especially with OpTic going for a force here.
Yeah, this is actually quite risky. If OpTic ends up losing this one, Bpro really stand a chance of making this one really, really close.
I like the force, because they wouldn't have been able to get a full rifle round next round anyway if they ecoed here. And so all this does is give them a chance to, you know, whittle the economy down, hopefully win it. They want a pistol round already. This time they've even got an AWP. So yeah, I'm all for this buy. It's like making the best out of a bad situation. Neither option is good, but
yeah, at least you have the AWP. That's the big thing, right? That's the weapon that can turn rounds on its own. We'll see if Bpro, not a great flash, but they're going to run through anyway. It's the Mac-10 from Vitrex. He's going to try and pick up the first kill. He'll run onto the side. GG.B spotted. Caught his pants on and OpTic. It's not looking good for them just yet. They haven't got a single kill. Well, Nico will try his best with the Mark-7. He will get one, and eventually he will fall. But MSL with the AWP, probably just looking for a kill.
What?
And that's the bomb? That is the bomb plant denial, and he's looking for another. He hits the wall bang on the Denislaw, and this is really doable. Viltrix is on 2 HP, and Config's got in from behind. He can maybe pick this up on Rocket, and there it is. The follow-up is there, but not the kill, though. And while MSL makes his way back in, it's a 1v2, and this time the wall bang would work.
yeah. But not going to come through. He'd rather sneak into the site, and his cover is being covered as Denislaw closes out the round, and Bpro, they finally get it done. OpTic, force buy gets damn close, and that bomb plant as well, very awkward. Whoever's planting saw the fact there was a heaven smoke, but it faded right as he started plugging in the numbers.
I was literally about to say at that point as well, MSL probably just saved the AWP at this point. This suddenly just springs into action. There's a good chance for OpTic to pick it up.
Imagine if he didn't get stuck behind the wall and actually got the kill into Denislaw rather than just the wall bang for 80. Could have been OpTic's round, but
yeah, if Config had got that follow-up as well, it will be 2 from 6. Nico and MSL, he will be dropped by Config on the USP. Again, anything that OpTic find here is a bonus, and while they've got an AK on the hands of Tessus, and they know what a bomb is. Well, the Drake's fall as well. Question is, can they get anything more done here, OpTic? 2v4.
Config desperately looking for a tap. Oh, he's going to find one. Does drop that bomb, but the molly forces him out, and Rocking will trade. It's going to be the round locked in by Bpro. So another eco, this time not going the way of OpTic.
I think OpTic are going to be pretty disappointed with this performance, though, already. If they still even win it, they'll probably still be pretty disappointed at letting it come this close. But it is the opening matchup of a tournament, right? Sometimes they can be a little bit shaky. It is a best of one. Bpro, they've had time to prepare for this, and certainly showing some signs of life coming into this tournament.
Well, this is it, do or die, really, because if OpTic lose this, the economy is no longer in their favor.
Yeah. OpTic are definitely one of the favorites coming into this tournament as well, to perhaps be one of the teams to qualify for New York. And their group is arguably easier as well. You know, you have the best team in it, I would probably say is Sprout, other than OpTic. So it is a pretty open group in terms of which teams we can see go through.
Yeah, for sure. And this is not the game that you want to be losing. Top team versus bottom team of the group. So let's see if OpTic can salvage these last couple of rounds, or if Bpro will find the upset, because that is looking more and more likely by the second. Cajun, got to be careful with these jiggles. Flashing towards Monster. Bpro have done so well in these B-site executes. Let's see if it works out again. Great entry. Nico with the spray, but only a 2-for-1. That's going to favor Bpro. They can get the bomb plant in. Config needs multiple kills.
Bomb plant coming in, Config slithers his way in towards Graffiti, but nothing coming his way. It's Denislaw who will take away MSL, and it's Bpro looking good for 14.
Yeah, got to save.
Config is actually going to go towards them. He's walking right into the lion's den, and well, there's the first pickup, but again, that's exactly what you'd expect to happen. The trade is there. And well, we'll be 14-14 as Tessus has to back away. And the money certainly much better here on Bpro.
Yeah, it's safe to say at this point. Exit coming through, but it's going to add very little value at this point as Bpro reach 14 rounds. Now, if you're OpTic, what the hell do? Do you eco? Do you force? I mean, it's going to come down to preference more than anything. There's no right or wrong answer here. Maybe the gun will tempt them into buying, but...
They've got to play for overtime if they decide to eco here.
It's a rough choice because they've got really nothing in terms of money. They're going to half buy instead. That's probably the best case scenario. Yeah,
I think a couple of upgraded pistols definitely give you a chance to pick up this round and also secure that you will have a buy into the next. But yeah, they've gone for that decision. They still, of course, have the AK on Tessus. We've seen these kinds of runs win already for OpTic in the second half, so definitely not a done deal. Bpro need to give it the respect it requires.
They've lost to it before.
Indeed. Oh, there's the headshot.
Huge.
That's the sort of impact an AK can have as well. He needs to be the hero of the team at the minute with that rifle. And when he's done so far, he's got the first kill.
I like what he's doing as well. Instant reposition, just completely make Bpro guess where this gun's going, because they're going to do their best to avoid that one rifle. Once they figure out OpTic are on a pistol round, then just get out of the way of Tessus, but they're running right into him. He's gone back towards the tree. I'm not sure if he'll get there in time. They'll see him, and he's been spotted. He's got to get another kill here, but there's just so many Ts. At least he has the info that 4 are pushing long, but Bpro, they don't need to commit towards A. They can always go back down connector. Doesn't seem like they're going to choose to do so, though. Just running into the MTA site, they made the right call.
Yeah, the timing there was just awful for Tessus. If he had got behind the rock in time, he definitely could have competed, but here comes the push on in. MSL looking for the deagle kill. It's not coming through just yet in KG.B. Not hitting that shot, but Config will. So still a chance here for OpTic, but rocking grit with the trade. And well, Config's just trying his best, but
so
last man standing. It's not going to happen for him, surely, but there's one more picked off.
Surely not. Rocking's one shot away from death. Config doesn't have a gun, though, but he's going to have a chance to pick one up now with Bpro getting aggressive in the post plant, or more so passive. They're in the CT spawn. Config not looking for a gun, just looking for kills instead. And he has no idea where these players are as well. He's keeping his eyes on long just in case.
He's got an AK.
Yeah, 7 bullets though. 2 players to find. There's the peek. One tap, goes back in, but he doesn't expect the double peek. Very nice try from Config. You cannot ask for more from that man.
Oh, that is disgusting, that one tap as well. In a situation that just looks completely unwinnable for OpTic, Config nearly makes it happen. But here it is. It's map point for Bpro. I don't think, if you ask 99 out of 100 people, would say that Bpro should be the team to lose this, but somehow they brought the odds in and they're the favourites to win.
We asked 100 people who would win OpTic or Bpro.
99 said Bpro.
1 will surprise you. Well, this is it. MSL does have the orb. We talked about how we wanted to see him step up. Well, OpTic, they've not had the money for it.
Yeah.
They've been getting beaten and bruised on this CT side.
Maybe if we have to get overtime, that's when MSL can step up.
Well, no excuses there. You got all the money.
Got all the money, you'll have the AWP, you'll have the runs as well to play with. But it might just be a 16-14 win here for Bpro. It's certainly looking good for that.
Yeah.
They've built up quite a few rounds in a row now at this point. We'll see if OpTic can make it happen. Will it be overtime, or will it be a 16-14 win for Bpro coming into this matchup?
Ooh, that's awkward. Running away. Molotov to cut off MSL. He wanted that early fight very, very quickly. Nice wallbang damage, though. It gets returned, but Nico puts multiple players down on low HP. Still looking like Bpro want to commit towards this B site, though. Full utility going in, and Viltrex will be the first point of contact. Nico, oh, he just looked away. That's an awkward timing. Config and Cajun getting a killer piece. And he's still holding strong on the site, and he can't afford to go down because that would be the bomb, but it's through the smoke. A one tap onto Cajun. MSL's finally here, and it's a 2-on-2. Denny's still wrapping, and Tessus will close it out to overtime. We've got more Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen.
All the bonus rounds are coming. It's 33 kills for Config already. 33 and 24 he's currently sitting on. Below that, the closest is on 20. It's Tessus and Nico both sharing that, but it's been a big collective performance from Bpro across the board. It is overtime, but Bpro still can compete.
The game that keeps on giving right now.
Again, a sort of a point to take away here is it's 10K overtime.
Yeah.
So money does become a factor.
Can't run AWPs 3 rounds in a row, unless you're winning those rounds, of course.
Exactly. More so on the CT side as well. We've seen teams generally pick it. If they run that double up setup, sometimes if they lose it in the first round, they're screwed for the rest of the overtime half. So
I don't think we're going to see double AWPs.
I don't think OpTic are going to be a team that want to go towards that, even though there's potential there, right? With MSL and KG.B, they seem to not want to do it.
We'll see. Quick pause before we get into things. Maybe a toilet break for some of these players. This game's been a while. We kind of, I'm not going to say we. I think you kind of, you assumed OpTic were going to storm through this game quite easily.
I think I definitely did.
I think ahead of yourself.
I think it's because when we've seen OpTic play again in these tournaments and they play against their opening opponents that they should be beating, they generally do walk away with it quite comfortably. But obviously, Bpro are a team you should never underestimate.
Yeah, clearly not. I do agree with the sentiment that OpTic are great against underdogs.
Yeah.
When they're the underdog, that's when, well, they lose, as you would expect. But they don't really seem to get upset too much in these online games, but we'll see. It's not done just yet. They could still close this out, and we can just forget everything.
The problem with this OpTic roster is we see them playing a lot of these qualifiers for tournaments and invitationals, but they never actually make it to the big events. It feels like this is one of the teams we just never see at big events. Well, they're going to go for this boost again. This time it nets a kill. So Config, he's out of there.
Well, now look at the mini-map, because everyone on OpTic is going to push their positions. They know there's a spawn setup, so MSL's gone up on long. Tessus has pushed connector as well. OpTic are going to gain a lot of ground despite having a disadvantage, but they know this will end in a B rush. That's exactly where Bpro are going. That's the bomb dropped on its own. Nico's still standing tall on top of the site, and they can't see him because of the smoke. What a fantastic little gimmick. Teammate going down on short in the meantime still means Bpro can salvage this round, but they need to get the bomb and they have to commit towards speed to doing that. 3 kills for Nico before the trade is in, and Cajun's still here.
Well, there's the chance at MSL and CG.B. They find them at 16-15. OpTic into the lead again. Well, again, money is not that much of an issue here in overtime. Even though I've talked about it could be a factor, most of the time we're going to see a full buy come in for both teams, and with neither of the teams really electing to go for double ops, we'll probably see money for the rest of this half, and Bpro are going to go in with a full AK-47 setup with the utilities. So we'll see if they go for a faster play. We know that's been pretty successful for them, is when they've just had that rapid push in towards toilets or in towards the B-bomb site, and well, it doesn't seem like they're going to go that rapidly towards one area.
MSL's going back into connector. And he's going to get met with a whole storm of Bulgarians. 3 coming through and 2 shots connecting. They've even got Tessus for support as well. He won't be needed. OpTic going to bow out of that position. Taking a huge advantage, and Bpro, they're looking to take control of A even so. But MSL's still here up on long, and we've got a triple setup for OpTic.
Yeah, Zix's life expectancy is so low, and MSL will take him away. It's on to ESLOne and Viltrex in a 2v5. It will be MSL looking back towards middle, but Config has lost his head.
Nice smoke. It allows them to cross, but they are just going to get right up onto the site. Not dedicated to the plant immediately. There's a fight there that Tessus wins. Dennisol goes above the smoke, but he's only getting 1, and he is getting spammed through it. Oh, might be a team kill. Very close, and Nico will clean it out, luckily. 17 rounds for OpTic. I think they finally come alive at the most important point.
Yeah, it's kind of like the experiences stepped up for OpTic. You always say that when you come into overtime, but it's kind of strange how it does happen. You know, Bpro is so competitive throughout the last couple of rounds, and as soon as we hit overtime, that's when OpTic just look indomitable. Completely different face to what we've seen in the previous rounds.
A lot of it has been the money, though. If you think about how much they've been controlled, or how much their economy has been decided by 1 or 2 key rifle rounds not going their way, and then that just kind of screws you over for the entire half. This time, there's no excuses. They have everything, and you know there was a time for them to step up. Overtime is it, and they have done so. Molotov's finding early damage. Rafty going to go quick towards B water. Oh, they cannot catch a break, can they?
6 dropped to 1 HP, and there he goes. Nico spams away, gets the kill. And Nico definitely is one of the most annoying players to play against, it seems.
It does feel that way. Oh, they saw him.
They get the info. Start to spam through in towards the water position, where currently 2 players are playing from on the T side. More players gathering around this area as well. Looks like they're going to stack their forces in towards the B-bomb side and just hope they can overrun the defense that's currently sitting here. With a minute left, OpTic, well, they've got a pretty strong hold of this B-bomb site. We'll see if CG.B can step up as they start to commit towards him. There's the first, the second, and the third from CG.B. What a hold! 4Ks there as well, and that's OpTic on that point.
That is an absolute shutdown from CG.B. What a time to come alive as well. Bottom of the board, instantly to 2nd place.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Because I said, maybe we'll see if CG.B can get 1 or 2 kills here. Kills them all.
Yeah, no monster split, no one checking monster's side, and csgo is more than happy with that. One round is all OpTic need to close out this map after things getting very, very difficult, very dicey at one point. No longer seems to be a problem, but let's see if Bpro can pull things back in their second half. It's going to be a huge mountain to climb.
Well, let's see if they get their hiking boots on. Nico is going to be holding a small angle in the connector, waiting for someone to walk into it. Pretty passive setup from OpTic early. When you come into these sort of situations when you're on map point, though, you sort of see teams want to play a little bit more slow and a little bit more reserved, I have to say, because no one wants to be that man that gives away the first kill when you could win it. They do have multiple opportunities of it, though. And they will start to take control of long, the bomb being sent there. Generally, this is free real estate, though. A lot of CTs elect to give long up on Overpass, so a lot of the T side, they can just walk up, get close towards the A bomb site, clear the toilets, and you've got quite a bit of control to work with there.
Well, still a minute, and OpTic have decent map control. Only one man on this A site right now, but there can be a rotate from Rocking, who's coming through spawn as we speak. So, joining this AWP. ESLOne needs to hit some shots here. OpTic not really committed. They're still very far back in middle, only now taking control of the toilets at the 40-second mark, and ESLOne going to re-aggress at the same time. He could try and catch a pick here. He's seen one, but Tess what a pre-fire spray, already predicting the angle, and that's an advantage for OpTic as they execute on the site.
Flash goes over the top, it's Rocking spraying away. He will get one onto Testis, but MSL will step in. And it's going to be the man advantage for the T side. OpTic looking good to try and close this out as Bpro coming back into the side. It's the nade that drops MSL. So again, we're even. Nico holds for the cross in the stairs, not spotting anyone. In fact, OpTic fall back and they're going to play for post plant as Config's left towards long, the man that wants to pick up the frags. So the player's entering back into the ball side, but he doesn't get a single kill. So OpTic, they've got the deficit. It's two players needing to hold on. It's csgo with one, but they will survive here, Bpro. They keep on fighting. The defuse comes through, and it's 18-16.
Oh, it doesn't get much closer than that. Just a couple of whiff shots coming through for OpTic, and Nico overstepping before they even got on the bomb. He tried to trade it and make it a one-on-one, but that was what put him down, peeking wide. Could have definitely just committed to hiding and playing that timer. Either way, 18-16. Bpro, they've salvaged a chance. 2 more rounds in a row needed for double OT. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. Then he's all going for the pick on A. No op for OpTic, so they won't be challenging this. Just going to try and cross safely. Missed shot as he was fully flashed, so OpTic do safely get across towards A.
Well, it will be MSL close by. Tessis also there with ESLOne. He has backed his way off towards the floor bed, and while the flash is there, he has no idea if he's off or not. He eventually will get off, so gets away unscathed, but he goes back. And the flash again, he's just not catching a break at all. The flash bugs from OpTic pretty solid. And well, that actually prevents him from getting information. And he doesn't really want to re-pick that, so they can force their way in towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, that is actually so huge. It works somewhat for OpTic in the sense they forced him back and he's now going to be scared of long, but it also doesn't work because now he's got a faster rotate down towards B. So, you know, potato, potato. Either way, OpTic going to go through this monster tunnel, and a very strong setup on B right now. Double towards monster. Remolly coming down on short. OpTic want to wait to see if Bpro give them a pick, but not seeming to be the case. Going to start to walk in now with the flashes coming through, and Viltrex has got to hit some shots. It's so blind. Raftu lined up 2. Tess is getting a double trade as well, but the pistol's out, tapping it back, and Tess is dropped. MSL needs his frag if he wants to secure the bomb. 30 seconds, and they're into the site, but there's already 2 CTs having rotated down. That's that quick AWP rotate that we talk about, and MSL, he has flanked them, but he doesn't realize they're both in the smoke. Surely not. There's one. Does he know the second's in the same position? He seems to have the read. Zix coming back in, and MSL going to miss the shot. It's Bpro to find 17, coming down to the wire once again.
Well, here it is, a chance for double overtime. And will be somebody in the bank for OpTic. Bpro starting to build up momentum, and it seems as though this T side has become a problem for OpTic, which really it wasn't in regulation. That's where they had a lot of success. They were finding run wins on the T side, but now they've just dropped off. Perhaps it's more that Bpro have woken up and they're playing much better coming into the series, because I think when you start off the game, you can be a little bit quiet, but the confidence has to be there. You know, you're forcing OpTic to overtime at this point, and it might even be double OT. In the words of Drake.
OT, OT.
Double OT.
Well, this is it. Could be the last round, could be the start of many more. No op for OpTic. ESLOne has got his, though.
Well, Bpro certainly have to pray that they get the double OT. Got the utility. Wielded. ESLOne goes for the peek towards connector, but has to fall away. Some damage done onto MSL and config. Well, OpTic have taken control of water, and that is such a pivotal part of this map. It allows rotations between both bomb sites and a boost to come in if they want it.
Bam!
Ooh!
Good night.
Yep, that's a way to get an opening kill, but Nico, he will fall pretty quickly after, so again, an equilibrium.
Yeah, very nice start for OpTic, but with the low HP, they are no longer favored. MSL even getting picked up inside of the connector. Zix can just back off here as well. He doesn't even need to re-aggress. He'll choose to do so, though. Remolly coming down, and Bpro just want to keep OpTic boxed in on B, force him to go towards this lower site. OpTic have seen 2 Molotovs, so they know there's a guarantee of 2A, and likely, as a result, 2B. So still walking in with the advantage, but this rotate from Rocking has just come through at the perfect time. He's now going to be in CT to assist on this B site. Flashes in, round 2, getting 1. Trade is there, but he won't expect the AWP, surely. ESLOne just sitting on the site, but a missed shot. That could be the end of the game. All coming down to that 1 bullet. CajunB's on 3 kills, and Zix, he's got to find more than that if he wants to pick up this 1v2 and save the game.
1 versus 2 to keep Bpro afloat, to take us to double overtime. As Zix starts to make his way back in, he'll creep below water pit and back in towards the bomb site. Still time to play with. He'll check towards short, no one there. Both players from OpTic playing passively towards Monster. Tessus is going to be the first man. Low HP, 13 health to his name, and there's the kill. Does he expect CajunB to be there as well? He's got the smoke, he'll smoke off short. He hasn't tapped the bomb just yet, and CajunB starts to make his way onto the site. The time so low, there's the tap. He'll peek into the opening. CajunB does it. It's 19-17 as OpTic will take the win here, but not easily whatsoever. They had to fight for that.
Yeah, I love that setup, at least in the post plant there, where Cajun's deep in Monster, because of course Zix has no idea. He reads that, okay, I've killed the 1 Monster guy, other guy has to be short. He's already checked Monster, he's cleared it, and the second that he turns around, Cajun just starts sneaking up on the flank. So yeah, nice setup and nice game from OpTic, although it was a little bit sweaty at the end.
I mean, at least they get the win under their belt. The scary part of a tournament is that opening best of 1, right? If you can get that win under your belt, it should be plain sailing from there.
Especially when you are the top team of the group coming up against the bottom team of the group. Like, there is a lot of pressure. If you lose that game, it throws the whole group into the air and also throws your chances of even getting out into the playoffs almost out the window. Well,
OpTic do win their opening best of 1, and that will put them on to the winner's best of 3 that we'll have later on today. But to find them an opponent, we have to have another best of 1. And it's going to be Winstrike taking on Sprout after the break. Join us then.